Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, much love and respect to you, Akim, out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. Now, this is going to be a testimony on the importance of the hand symbols, specifically on the left-hand side, because they are used for witchcraft purposes, to cast spells and things of that nature. Me and a couple brothers, we decided to go to this particular park. It's actually this park that you see here. They call it, it's a park in this area. Okay, I'll put it that way. All right. And it's like a big mountain. And, well, you can see the name. It's Mount Royal Park. And they happen to be playing these the tam-tams, which they do that every Sunday during the summer. And this is really a form of incantation. Okay, it's the similar sound to the Rastafarians, that they play, and I believe it's the same sound that's also in reggaeton, that same beat that's in the background of reggaeton. And all the reggaeton songs have that same pattern in it. I believe it goes back. It's this same pattern. I'm gonna let you hear it after this commercial, of course. See if they're playing the same thing I was hearing. This one sounds slightly different to the way they were playing. It's slightly different. Maybe it's sped up a bit to what they were playing when we were there. But if you watch these people, right? Because we were there, we were observing the people, and these people were clearly getting spirits on them. The way they were dancing, the way their faces were, the way it was a very weird vibe. And I said these people, they're being opened up to demons. You had a bunch of people with their shirts off, and you had Moabites chilling with Jake, and I'm saying old Edomites, chilling with Jake and other nations. It was just a weird, awkward gathering. And that they were gathering because, they were all possessed by demons on the left-hand side. And what happened was we ended up moving a little further away from not too far from, I believe, this area we're looking at here. And me and the brothers were standing more on top of this hill. And I was looking, and I seen a group of women, right? A group of women, and they were all dressed in black. Well, not all of them, but I'd say most of them had black, and one even had black lipstick. And I was watching them, and as I was watching them, I was seeing that they were putting these hand symbols up, right? And I was like, wait a minute, these are a bunch of witches, right? I was already looking at them and suspicious. I already said, no, these are probably witches. But then when they started putting up the hand symbols, it confirmed that they were witches. That they were witches, straight up witches. And I'm gonna show you some of the hand symbols that they were showing to each other. They were pushing and they were going through a whole list of hand symbols, man. They weren't just doing one or two. They were going through a whole list of hand symbols. And I'll show you some of the ones that I seen that I can remember, right? I know she put up the monokonoto on the number 6. She was putting that, and one of them did the monokonoto, and she did it with both hands, and she put the hands together. And the other one, they did number 11. One of them did number 11, right? Where it's like the Star Trek. She was putting that sign up. Another sign that they did that I seen that was done was this, the heart sign. So people think, oh, this is about love, throwing up the heart sign, right? Like you see here, in the middle on, say the third row in the middle. She was throwing up the heart sign like that. And switching it up and doing it in different ways. She went from the one you see there in the middle to the one on the second row all the way on the right. So they were putting forth incantations, and the reason that they were in this area, because this is I perceive that this is a highly demonic area, because they're doing the tam-tams and they're opening gateways. So they went there to do their spiritual left-handed works, and yeah. So I was telling the brothers, I'm not coming back to this place. Okay, I'm not coming back to this place, which I didn't want to go there anyway. So when I heard the drums, I said I don't really want to go around this area, but you know what? The Spirit had me go there so I can see this and do a lesson on this, because sometimes you might hear brothers say, oh, he's doing a particular hand symbol and this and that. That's why I don't really get into that, because they can always use plausible deniability with something like that. But this is the Spirit revealing that these things are really they're real, and they're significant. Okay, it's a significant thing. So when the apostles and brothers bring out the information about these hand symbols that certain people make, it's something to look into, because they do use these hand symbols for incantations, for putting particular spirits out there for healing and different things on the left hand side. Now, this is how they were, but they were like this, but they were sitting down, sitting down on the grass in a circle. We were just watching. I was watching them. I alerted the brothers to the things that they were doing, and the brothers caught it. So that confirms that. And I'm just gonna go to the scriptures to read a few scriptures on that. Go to Proverbs 6. Oh, matter of fact, let me start with this. Let me start with 2 Corinthians 2:11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant to his devices. There's a lot of ignorant of his devices. There's a lot of people who are ignorant to the devices of Satan. There's a lot of people who are ignorant to the things that people do, on the left hand side, because a lot of it is subtle. But you got to remember, the serpent, right? He was subtle. There was no one more subtle than the serpent, which was a man, right? And his ways were subtle. They might not be noticeable, but eventually it leads to great destruction. It leads to something that's very detrimental, right? Just like what he did with Eve, had it to go off, and then look, now we all die. Now we get sick. Now Esau is ruling the earth, right? So it's not a small thing. It may seem insignificant, but it's very, very significant. This is why, these subliminal messages in these TV shows and things like that, they try to make you think it's harmless, but it's really affecting the minds of the children, the minds of these women, right? To people who are impressionable, right? So Esau knows what he's doing. Let's go to Proverbs, I think it's the 13th chapter. Hold on. Proverbs, the 6th chapter, the 13th verse, actually. Okay, so this is Proverbs 6 and verse 13, and it reads, matter of fact, I'll start at verse 12. It says, a naughty person, a wicked man, walketh with a forward mouth. He winketh with his eyes. He speaketh with his feet. He teacheth with his fingers. All right, so these signs, these signals, they mean something. Okay, forwardness is in his heart. He deviseth mischief continually. He soweth discord. Okay, and sometimes they sow discord. People, they try to sow discord through these different incantations, right? Like we'll have certain witches that'll pass the camp, and they'll start mumbling. What was that? Those are incantations. Those are curses they're trying to put on us. They'll do certain hand symbols, right? So this is what they do. So it's not it doesn't mean nothing. It means something. Even the way they shake their hands, there's a Masonic handshake, right? So all these things are it's all significant. Okay, so when your brothers bring these things out, take heed. Take heed, because these things it's a spiritual warfare that we're in, right? And they're on the left hand side, so they're fighting against us spiritually first and foremost. Okay, this is Ephesians 6 and verse 11. It says, put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places, right? Don't think for 1 second these Rothschilds, these DuPonts, these Gettys, these top families, that they're not doing witchcraft. They have their own personal witch coven, okay? They have their own personal witches, right? They're not playing these games, man. That's why these witches, they become famous, right? What's that one? Abramovich, that's with all these different stars, right? She speaks about spirit cooking, all these things. Why is she so famous? Why is she always around all these celebrities? Why? Because this is what the rulers of this world is all about. You do those type of things, you can get far in this world. But Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect. It's just a quick testimony on that. You know how we went there and we saw those witches and they were doing all those different hand symbols, and they kept doing it over and over and over again. And it just confirms those hand symbols are very, very valid when it comes to the left-hand side. So with that, Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect, and I'll say shalom.